My name is Daniel Darwin.
My name is Julia Nebrija is the full name.
I'm otherwise known as Astro Boy. I hula hoop on fire for a living, and I do theater, and I live in Manila.
I'm transitioning more into how arts and culture transforms our city. And I've found my home in Malate. As someone who never had a home, that has been one of the most special things to me, I think, is like I'm part of something. That's my favorite part about being Filipino.
The title of our podcast is called In Fairness. In Fairness as a phrase is completely, I think, individual to Filipino culture. It's like an English phrase that is Filipino.
It starts off like the traffic is terrible and like, you know, the pollution is bad and it's difficult sometimes, but like in fairness, I love it.
In Fairness with Julia and Daniel.
Wow, I haven't seen that like opening. What is that called? B.
B. Broadway. Baby.
As you can see, Daniel no longer has any hair, as he did in the opening. I got back from the U.S. and I came back, and this man is walking at me through green belts
like with
Studley. I was like, "Who is this visiting monk? Like, who is this?
That's so crazy.
Who is this monk walking towards me?" So. I come back. He has no hair, and he has all of these accoutrement. What do you call this?
Yeah, like
chorba.
Shaman jewelry.
Shaman jewelry.
Well, it's crazy because it turns out that if all you need to do to get free jewelry is shave your head, because I was shaving the sides of my head like I normally did to get like the gay Nazi cut, and
oh my god. Wait.
We're just gonna gloss over it.
Yeah, just keep going. Just keep going.
And I messed up the perimeter of it. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, hair is stressful. So I just
it's hot, right?
I just buzzed the whole thing off.
I'm just really disappointed because can I see Quiff? If there's a Quiff picture there that we have.
What the fuck is Quiff? But isn't that like a swear
I was
word?
really disappointed because I wanted you to get this haircut. It's called the Quiff. It's the new hot thing on the streets of Manila. It's the combination of the 50s pompadour, the flat top, and a mohawk.
The combo.
The Quiff.
The combination of the 50s pompadour, flat top, and mohawk.
It's like a couple of different decades all wrapped into one special haircut, and I'm just really upset that you shaved your head before I could get you to get the Quiff.
Well, now I have like a new life purpose.
Now you have a new life purpose.
The nice thing about hair is that it grows back, right?
Right. I might go with the reflective ombre. What is that?
Fascinating.
Yeah. So
I always thought that a quiff was a sound.
Yeah.
But
that's a queef. That's a queef, not a quiff. That is a queef from
lady parts.
Yeah, leave it at that.
Yeah, just gloss over that one too. But let me. Okay, so anyway,
so you're not getting the quiff, unfortunately.
I'm not getting a quiff.
Yeah.
And I shaved off my head, and then immediately, like, my Buddhist friend gave me Buddha beads because she was like, "Oh, you're like Avatar now." And then my Christian mom gave me a cross from Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Sad clown. And then my friend Julia over here gave me.
That's me.
I don't know what
Julia.
the symbol is called, but it's ba in Baybayin.
It's a fertility sign from
like,
the north of the Philippines.
It's a healthy set of breasts, or
it's a vagina.
Or
you really don't know.
Birthing hips. Or
birthing.
Something.
It's a fertility symbol.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like I'm offending every religion by combining them all, but it works, you know?
It works, and you also have your power crystal.
Yeah, and then my hippie friend gave me the heart chakra, which is supposed to induce love.
Induce love.
Bring in soulmates. So if you out there, bitches, you come at me.
It's clearly going to be because of the crystal. It's clearly going to be that you found your true love in Manila because of a crystal.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, so there's... The crystal is one way to do it. Rose quartz, preferably, is the one that will draw love to you.
Yeah, this guy.
That's what people believe in the gemology world, and
is that that's a real thing.
That's I think that's what the study of gems is called. Did I make that up?
Gemology.
Is it gemology? Gemology. Rose quartz is supposed to be the one that will attract love.
Yeah.
But for those of us who aren't going to rely on the stars and crystals, there's also the world of online dating. And that's what we are going to talk about today. We are going to talk about dating in Manila.
And dating in the net.
And dating in the net, dating Filipinos, dating foreigners, dating in Manila versus dating in the United States. Clearly, gems is one route.
Yeah, mode.
Yeah.
Preferred to online dating.
Because online dating, for me, was a nightmare.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I like re-downloaded and canceled and deleted Grindr like 8 times since I moved here.
Yeah. I tried Tinder, I tried OkCupid.
Oh, I tried OkCupid too.
Yeah. OkCupid was, I don't know. I mean, basically, you have to answer a million questions. I came up with like, even the guys that I came up with 70% matches were just like, they're not even, some of them aren't even here, because having my location as the Philippines was one of the really big barriers, because it's a lot of these guys looking for Filipina girlfriends online, and as soon as you put from like UK, from the United States, from Thailand, I had this guy from England, and he was like writing to me, and then on his profile it said that he had, I was asking him, you know, about why he wanted to date a Filipina woman, like what did he know about Filipinas, you know, and I'm only half, so it's weird because you're like identifying as Filipina suddenly, because if you're they're in the UK, so you're not just American, you're also Filipino, but like you have to then sort of own that side of it more somehow.
Totally.
So I was asking him why you like Filipino women. He said, well, you know, my mate, like his friend, right, had a Filipina girlfriend. He was really satisfied with her, so I thought I'd get one too. Oh God, and I was like, motherfucker, this is not an Amazon review. Like, you did not get 4 stars. Like, she doesn't get a review, and then you get to like get one also, like 2-day shipment. Like,
she came in the box with those
she came in the box.
The squiggle thing.
She came in the box, and I just, you know, he really liked her, and I thought I would get one too.
Oh my God.
I was like, Jesus Lord, I just don't even know. So that was, I encountered a lot of guys like that. There was one guy in Thailand who was an online gambler in Phuket.
Nice.
And because he can, like, I guess, evade taxes and be online gambling with very fast internet, like living in some cheap hostel. I mean, he sounded like a real winner. Basically, it was like
basically my dream.
Secure job, like very adventurous, like out of his comfort zone, backpacker.
Culturally, like
so cultured, so cultured, living in like a dungeon somewhere in Phuket, like whatever, drinking beer all day and gambling online.
So
and I asked him why he wanted to be doing, like, why was he online? Why was he, you know, who was he trying to meet? What was he looking for? And he said he really wanted to meet women who weren't Thai. And I said, why? Like, because usually a lot of guys are looking for, you know, like they don't want to go meet like the French or the Italian or the Americans. They want to meet like local girls, and online's away. So I was like, why didn't you want to meet the Thai girls? And he goes, well, because they look like monkeys.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, you can't like say that. I mean, you can't,
God, that is so intense.
You can't say that to people. And I go, well, I'm going to disappoint you then because I'm half monkey. And he goes, but mixes are fine.
Okay.
But mixes are fine. As long as you're only half monkey, you might be okay. I might get a little bit of that really special online gambling, you know, alcoholism from afar.
Yeah, well, being half-half, I mean, it does really put us, I feel, in an interesting position because you have to pick, like, on your online profile. It's like, what are you? Are you Asian? Are you white? Are you mixed? Like, because that totally matters.
It totally matters. It totally puts you in a different category.
Yeah, because it's like you're, which side of the buffet table do I want to, you know, go to? Like, you know, do I want sushi today or do I want soup? You know, do I want ethnic or do I want
like cream
continental breakfast.
Continental breakfast. I love being in continent.
It's darling. So and it's always weird for me because in the States, I mean, I always pick mixed, right?
Yeah.
But in the States or here, like it's the opposite because when you're talking to someone in the UK who's like, you know, like online bride shopping.
Yeah.
Then obviously you're going to be read as super Filipino, but here because I'm mixed and not Asian, and I mean in Asia, I'm only read as white. Like people are like, OMG, you know, and I get it's like more like I would say 6 out of 10 messages I get on either OkCupid or Grindr, instead of saying hi, they're like, where are you from? Yeah,
where are you from? How long have you been in Manila?
Right.
Which like mall do you like to go to? Right. Like, have you been to Boracay? I get asked all the time if I've been to Boracay. And like I finally went this year, but before I had been, I said I had never been to Boracay before, and everyone was like, "Why haven't you been to Boracay?" And I was like, "I just didn't have the time to go to Boracay, and I went to other places instead." But yeah, that was always a question, like, "Have you been to Green Hills? Have you been to Boracay?" And where do you like? And then one guy was like a captain. He was like some kind of like European like boat captain or something, and he was asking me like where I lived, and I said that I lived in Malate, and like I love Malate, like I live there and I just absolutely love it, and he was straight up was like, I don't like that place. I was like, well, we don't like you.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well then I guess don't come to Malate.
So cool, you're lost, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, it's too dirty, it's too I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, because then you have the foreigners who are here and they like to have the nice backdrop of Manila for their like expat posting, or they like to have this, you know, Manila's like a really fun place for them to be for their NGO job, but they're not necessarily
but they're like spring breaking
integrated in a way. Yeah, they're kind of it's like adult spring breaking, like professional spring break in Manila. So I think that's the nice thing about like dating Filipino guys is that, you know, obviously they are from here, they care about being here, like this is their home, and so there's a different, obviously the appreciation of place is so much higher than like some of the foreign guys.
Yeah, because you end up having the same conversation over and over again when you're dating a foreigner here.
It's true.
Like, how long is your stint? Like, what sector do you work in?
Yeah,
like,
right? Yeah, it's like children or like it's usually children. It's usually children, but so basically,
like on top of the messaging, have you been on many OkCupid dates here?
No, I didn't go on like a single one.
You needed it. I mean,
I couldn't find anyone, so I like basically ended up quitting, and I was like, I should just grow the courage to approach someone in person because it's not going to happen online. Actually, to sum up what my personal online dating experience was like, can I have the one of those what is it? Me with my profile. Like, there we go. There's no one new around you. There's no one new around you. That was my Tinder attempt.
There's nothing new under the sun.
There's nothing new under the sun. You have swiped everyone.
Invite your friends.
Invite your friends. Please invite more people so that other people can have a chance. Like it just.
At least you could have some conversation.
So at least maybe someone else has a chance since you did not.
Jesus.
I know. It was just, and a lot of it was you saw the same people online that you already knew or you kind of had seen out or whatever.
My God, that's the most awkward with Grindr because so many people have like, you know, body shots, like from the Adam's apple to belly button, right? And it's like, and they're always
it's
like
the only region that matters.
Yeah, they're always like 3 to 5 years old. These photos,
right?
You know? So,
right. There's actually a term for that. I think it's called catfishing. Catfish.
Oh yeah.
The youngins are
after
talking
that
about it.
Documentary where it was like a complete.
Yeah, it's like the completely wrong person. So it's like I see all these Facebook posts like going on another Tinder date. Hope it's not a catfish.
So funny because hipon is such a word here.
Hipon. Well, so explain what hipon is.
Oh, hipon is like, so you know, so hipon is the Tagalog word for shrimp, and you know how shrimps, their bodies are so juicy and delicious, but something's up with their heads. Like, you gotta get
their heads off to eat their body,
you
basically.
Cut the head off and suck the brains out like my Lolo does.
Yeah, I think that's a bit further. It's a little bit further than most people. It's just carries over that far. The metaphor is not really that grotesque. It's really just that it's meaning if the girl has a good body and like you want to like take her body, but you need to take her head off in order to like eat her body.
Or if the boy's like totally gymed out, but like a little
busted
from the chin up.
Yeah, I think in the U.S. we call that butterface.
Yeah, or like Monet.
Oh, I never heard about Monet.
Oh yeah, she looks really good from afar.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
It's like glue.
Right. Well, that makes sense. Well, as it like zooms into my face, like no. Oh shit. I think I don't know. I think I heard this one guy's story on Saturday that he went out on a Tinder date here, and he shows up. They've been talking for like a month online. It was a French guy and a Filipina girl. They've been talking for a month online, and there was all this like suggestive messaging and back and forth, and he was like really excited.
They did like the shots of like.
There was definitely like sexy suggestions here and there of photos, and he gets to the date, and she shows up with her child and her grandmother. her child and her grandmother, and he like did not. It's like this 25-year-old French kid like had no idea what to do, had no idea what he had gotten himself into, and was just like.
Where was the date? Was it at a restaurant?
I think it was like at a mall. Yeah.
Oh my god!
It was like at a mall or something.
He goes on a date at a mall.
Everyone. We
I went on a date at a mall.
We went on a date at a mall today. We ate at Jerry's Grill for like the 100th time.
Is that a date?
Well, I mean, like a friend date. Fine, whatever. I don't know though. I mean, where's a good place to go on a date in Manila? I quite like, you know, like, well, parks and like sunset places and all the cheesy shit.
I don't know if I would go on a date. Like, I go to bars that are quiet.
Yeah.
And dark. Mm-hmm.
That sounds terrifying.
Bars that are quiet.
No, but it's true because you want to go somewhere like it's really easy to run into people.
Like this kind of lighting.
Well, yeah, and then you're also like run into people easily, and it gets really awkward. And you're trying to get to know someone, and someone walks by your table, and you're like catching up, and then you have to like introduce the person, and then it gets a little bit weird.
I went on a grinder date once, and I went to Dillinger's.
Yeah.
Greenbelt 3, because I was like, it's quiet and you can smoke there. You know, if it's terrible, I can always leave, and I'm walking distance from home. And I get there, and it's like this Burmese guy. And the conversation is like a little stilted, but it's fine, you know. It's going well, and there's like flirting, like a little bit of footsie under the table, and like I was like, oh, I'm gonna get some play, and then the waiter comes over and is like, sir, I just have to ask, are you Astro Boy?
Oh no.
And like, I'm like, yeah, and then he's like. Oh my god, and then I hear this like shriek from the bar, and like these two other waitresses were like, hee! And then they came over and were like, can we take photos with you? And like I had to get up from the table and take photos, and I sat down, and the guy was like,
I feel like that would be points,
because he was in the closet.
Oh.
And so he was like, are you famous? Like, is this gonna be public? And I was like, no, I'm not famous. I'm like weirdly known because I was like in this show, and it was, you know. So, and then we didn't. He ended the date.
Oh my god. So sad. Well, speaking of shows, we're so happy to share with you that our show is one of really series of popular trends in TV here in the Philippines.
Basically, we're trendsetters.
We're basically trendsetters. We're part of a major echelon of other TV shows that feature half Filipino people trying to live in Manila because it's apparently so difficult. It's so difficult and so foreign to be living in Manila that there are reality TV shows about it now.
Basically.
And I mean, we're being completely sarcastic, but I saw for the first time Foreignoy. I had never seen it before. I was in a cafe, and all of a sudden on the screen, this, like, I don't know, Ukrainian man is in Igorot costume dancing around with, like, feathers and, like, look at I mean, I was laughing so hard because
it's so amazing.
He comes out, and there's a line of, I wish we could show the video, but, like, there's a line of Filipino men in tribal costume, and they open open the way up for this white man to walk through in full costume, and then he does all of these dances, and it's a series of the foreign men doing Filipino traditional dances, trying to say difficult Filipino phrases, trying exotic foods like sisig, and doing all of these challenges that it's the challenge to be cultured, to try to like experience Filipino culture and try to understand and try to possibly embody it and be part of it.
And they're foreigners that live here?
Well, they're foreigners that live here. They're mostly models. Mostly they're male models who are trying to make it in the Philippines. And the way to endear them, I think, the most to the people is to get them to like to nosebleed them. To nosebleed them and sort of put them through these cultural challenges. Can you imagine if we sent like, I don't know, Filipino people to the US and like made a show about them trying to be American or like play football or like do like sing a country song or like try to, I mean, I don't even know. It would just
televise them?
And televise them?
It's incredible.
I don't even know, like, would that endear anybody to them? Like, would suddenly...
I don't know. Didn't Charisse Pepenko do that on Glee?
Oh my
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, I never thought about that.
You know, they like put out like a cast. They were like, let's cast a, you know,
a foreigner.
Nobody, some foreign nobody to be like the lead's like big challenger.
But she's extremely
famous,
talented.
yeah, and
but she's extremely talented, so it holds up. These guys are like, they're male models.
Yeah.
They're male models, and it's like, what is the point? I mean, the other one, so this is the newest one. It's called One Direction.
The biggest new thing.
Half Pinoys on a quest to explore their Pinoy hearts. And the thing is, in fairness, it's amazing because the Philippines is so accepting of foreigners. So this is the manifestation of that. It's, you know, the slogan is 100% foreigner, but 100% heart of a Pinoy. So it's these people who are completely embracing and loving the Philippines, and everyone loves them for loving the Philippines. And I think that that's...
Which is essentially like what we're doing with our podcast, except our ratings are a little lower than
our ratings are a little bit lower.
I would say that of these three things, we're like, I would say that we're like the bronze medalists.
We're the bronze medalists, which, you know, third, like the concept of third place, like I don't really like any more terms. I don't think anybody really uses any more terms like third world. You know, like what, like it's just, we're not in third place. We're not, you know, the bronze of the world. Like
so we're like developing place.
We're developing place, but it's like we should be. I like emerging. It's like we're emerging place.
We're like the emerging.
We're emerging place. We're the emerging One Direction. No, but except they follow these male models around, and then what's the description that we have there? So, you know, catch these 5 handsome British Filipino men as they showcase the daily lives of Filipino people from their own perspective. But can these first world men adjust to the Pinoy ways and means? Find out. I mean,
oh my God.
What is there, you know, like, I just find it that, can they adjust? Like, what is it that they have to adjust to? What do they have to adjust to? They're like spoon-fed everything.
They're being carried.
They're being carried around.
The most amazing thing about this is that because of Julia's and my experience working in the theater, we end up...
Your experience working in the theater.
No, ours. You know, I actually know, like, a few of the talent, like the acting coaches for these big networks like GMA and TV5, and so it's just incredible because even though it's a reality television show, like I'm sure that they've employed, you know, the like acting coaches and language coaches, and they're giving them Tagalog lessons, and that's all founded in this humor,
right?
That makes the show so immensely popular. I mean, the title One Direction in and of itself is just magnificent.
It is. I mean, it's so indicative of like
horrifying and like.
Well, because it's every Juan. That's the Cebu Pacific slogan.
Exactly.
Every Juan is like. I mean, it's to say the everyday Filipino. So like Juan Direction, the fact that they are trying to experience what it's like to be an everyday Filipino, and if these first world men can adjust to it and handle it, can make it work for them, is just. I don't know. I mean, the fact that they're so popular. It seems as
though they're not doing that great a job.
No, because I'll tell you. Oh God, yeah.
About one of them, like punching a cab driver. That was the most sensational article I've ever read. I
well, because supposedly he like lost his wallet at this like very exclusive club in Manila, and then didn't have money to get home, or only had a certain amount of money to get home.
But he hadn't been drinking, mind you. He hadn't been drinking.
He hadn't been drinking or something. I mean, it doesn't really matter the details, but basically the article came out that he and this cab driver got in a fight about money that he did not pay to the cab driver for like a $2 cab ride home.
Yeah, like
and
70 pesos.
It's like, this is him. Is this his method of adjusting to Filipino way of life? Because I don't think, because you're doing a really good job. Really good job. Like you went to a really expensive club and then you gypped your taxi driver on the way
lost your wallet, and then you didn't pay a $2 cab, and then you got in a fight.
And then you got in a fight with a cab driver. I mean, who knows if that's actually at all what happened, but that's, you know, with the terrible...
I'm sure it was an axe job, man. Like, it's totally ridiculously written.
Right, I'm sure this guy is like a nice guy.
And you know what? I'm sure he loves it because it's the best thing that ever happened to his career in One Direction. Great publicity for the show.
You know, these guys get allowed to go. I mean, any of these models and these kind of white guys or any kind of people who are lighter of color get to go to these. They like get entrance to the clubs to be there and be good looking and sort of stand around, and then it like is more attractive for them, for the club owners, because then it's like these kind of people are like in our club. I mean, that's not at all adjusting to the Filipino way of life. Like,
and yet I'm so jealous.
And And yet, in fairness, these guys are, you know what? They're doing what they need to do. And like they're getting their careers on their, and you know what? At the end of the day, somehow they are bridging a gap between, somehow maybe this guy who's dancing in Igorot costume for Ukraine, back in Ukraine, people know about the Philippines, and people here love him and they accept him. And I mean,
at the
what
end of the
bad
day,
can you say about that?
These 5 Phil Brit people are not the ones writing One Direction, so they're answering a call, you know, and
they are exactly. They're answering a call. There's definitely a demand for it, and they're super, super popular.
Yeah,
they're super, super popular. Way more popular than we are. So.
For now. For now. Just you wait. One Direction.
One Direction. I mean, it's brilliant. Whatever. I mean,
I mean, but you know, there's been a lot of. I mean, like, first of all, it's like it's great. It's a great juicy topic to talk about, like other Philams. Like, I mean, it's been happening a lot. Like. Since the dawn of Philam time.
I guess,
is Philams talking mad shit about other Philams and be like, you're doing it wrong, you know?
Which is so ridiculous because, I mean, we have this discussion all the time which is, you know, if you choose to be in Manila and you love being in Manila and you love the Philippines and you're doing a great job at what you're doing, then you're doing a good job. It doesn't matter if you whatever background you come from, if you're Philam, if you're part Filipino, if you're not Filipino. I think that's what I love about that slogan where it's like, you know, 100% foreign, but 100% heart of a Filipino.
Right,
what matters is your Filipino heart and the fact that you love the Philippines for the right reasons. And I think that that is what distinguishes people who are kind of contributing in a positive way and people who are sort of just, you know, maybe having some type of problematic work or problematic, you know, existence in the country. Problematic existences, you know?
No doubt.
I think that that is really, and that's like, why I love the show in the end.
Exactly.
That's why I love the show in the end. Yeah.
Because it's no one's job to represent all of the Philippines. It's no one's job to represent all of America. And it's certainly not every Philam's job to bridge that gap. You and I kind of take it on as a discussion point.
Totally. And you know, some of these Brazilian models are taking it on way more than some Philams who come and live here.
For sure.
So I mean, let them
Brapanese is the new Philam.
Brapanese, we should be focusing on the Brapanese.
I focus on the Brapanese all the time.
The Brapanese, what happened to them? They used to be on every single EDSA billboard. Then it was the Koreans. And now it's who?
Moved to my apartment.
But who is the new hot ethnicity of today? Because the Brapanese.
Yeah.
Who's this Brapanese?
Well,
and it was the Koreans.
I mean, it's like, you know, Philbrits.
Philbrits. Now we got the Philbrits.
Trailblazed by
the Young Husbands. Yeah, which is an awesome last name.
It's the best last name.
Yeah. It's these two soccer stars.
So when I first moved here, I was driving down EDSA and with my brother, and I was like, Kuya, who the fuck is that? Like,
who is that?
We're passing young husband A and young husband B, and I found young husband A. What's his name? One who's not the round-faced one.
Do they have first names? I wasn't sure.
Adam's apple, the prominent James, young husband.
No idea.
I was like, who is that? He's my future husband. And Joel was like, well, that's interesting because his name is Young Husband. And I prayed on my knees every day that I would meet James' young husband.
So oh my God, James, are you out there?
No. We met.
Oh, you met? Oh my God.
Yeah.
The dream has already come true. Daniel, what am I going to do now? What other dreams?
Absolutely came true.
What other dreams do you have if not to meet James' young husband?
My life has no meaning.
Your life has no meaning. Take all the crystals, put them away. It's done. It's done. You are cooked.
You fucked it up.
You fucked it up. You really fucked it up.
About it? I got hired after my stint with TV5. I got hired to do the MVP Olympics. So you know Manny Pangilinan. He like owns the left hemisphere basically. He owns all of everything.
Everything to the left.
Yeah,
everything
to the left. To the left.
To the left. Yeah.
Everything you own
in a box.
Manny Pangilinan.
In the country.
And every year he takes all of his affiliates and he pits them against each other in this giant Olympics.
Like physical Olympics?
Like a gladiator fight to the death. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, how have I never heard of this?
It's like sabong.
Oh my God.
No, it's like a sports competition.
Okay.
So like Sun Cellular, which is one of his things, is like.
Is it like sports competition, like drag queens versus midgets, like what they do in Cebu basketball competition? Is it like for farce or is it
like practice all year.
Oh, it's for real.
Oh, it's totally real. And and they have huge dance competitions. Like so TV5 is owned by Manny Pangilinan, and so TV5 was hired to do this giant entry in the Olympics, this dance competition. So I was brought on because Talentadong Pinoy was a segment, and the Young Husbands had just been brought on by TV5 to be like their like new artista models, right? So I get to rehearsal and I hear tell, like I was like, who else? I see the the talent list, and it's like like Bill and James Young Husband, and then it's like 7,000 other names, and then it's like Astro Boy. And I was like, yes!
Your life as a D-list star in Manila, yeah.
Totally, man. Like, celebrity. Like, I'm on the door. I'm on it.
You're like literally hooping on the fringe.
Yeah. Totally. It's dangerous. It's dangerous out here. So I'm super excited because I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna meet James Young Husband, and I get to my costume area, to like the wardrobe area, and they're like, so your peg is Aladdin.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, okay. And so they. And
what do you mean your peg is Aladdin?
That's like my costume. They had made me.
Oh my God.
Like these bright baby blue silk balloon pants.
Oh my gosh.
And I was barefoot, and then I was like shirtless with like a bright purple silk
like
vest.
Shrug,
and
like a little shrug,
and like a monkey hat, like a fucking monkey.
So you were Aladdin's monkey.
I was like
you were a boo.
I was dressed up as a boo with a hula hoop.
Oh
with
my
two
God,
hula hoops.
it's like literally like a circus.
Yeah, and so clearly I avoided the Young Husbands.
That's
like
not
fucking plague.
That's not like.
Yeah. And they had and they did have my hair in a pompadour.
Oh my God, the quiff! So
I got the quiff. So I had the queef and the hat and the hula hoops.
I bet you looked fabulous.
Shirtless. No, because it was like around Christmas, and I had eaten nothing but like lechon.
Oh
so like I had no abs. I had a
lechon ab.
I looked like a Disney, cartoon. It's
oh my God.
Flat fab,
Like a Disney sausage.
Like
oh my God.
Disney Pampanga's best longanisa.
Tender juicy.
Yeah, with like a tail and a monkey hat.
Oh my God, where is this
And I was like dancing in the front, and then I was like walking back, like with my head hung low, and I looked to my left, and it's James Young Husband in a 3-piece suit, wearing like.
Oh my God, like fucking dapper.
Yeah,
like so dapper.
Sick, like lightly dusted with glitter because they had those like firework explosions for the, and so he's got like a little bit of glitter, like he's like all like twilight, like twilight. Yeah, and he just leans over to me.
Oh my God.
Goes, "You're very good," and I was like. Thank you, and I like started to cry. No,
oh my God! Oh Jesus!
But I just,
oh God!
I couldn't even speak. I was so dreadfully embarrassed, and I ran away.
I cannot believe you've never told me this story before, because and this is gonna sound super offensive, but like I feel like it kind of sums up everything. Where it's like we're the ones on the fringe, like dancing in like a glittery monkey costume, and like everyone else is like in a 3-piece suit with a Rolex, like swirling like expensive whiskey,
exactly,
in the center ring, and we're like on the outskirts, like trying to like light ourselves on fire for attention.
Yeah. It's like One Direction, 7,000 names, Julia and Daniel.
Yeah. Well, you gotta start somewhere.
I think it's beautiful. I
think it's beautiful. Oh my God! I cannot believe you never told me that story before.
So James, I know you out there.
James.
If I ever get the chance, I got my heart crystal.
Yeah, that heart crystal has your name on it, James. Definitely. Definitely pray hard to that thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think we are just about out of time. I would like to actually leave with a shout out to all the boys in Manila. Thank God for you that summer is over. Congratulations for making it through summer. If there's that picture we can show for those poor boys this summer. There we go.
Oh. Oh my God.
Back to school.
Yeah.
Back to school for you.
Buy some XXX shirts.
Buy some XXX shirts. Good luck.
Jesus.
you know, I'm really happy that summer is over for all of you guys. I'm really happy that summer is over for all of you guys. I mean, look at that signage. It's so violent.
There's a blood splatter and
It's
the
like-
essence of foreskin.
I just don't, I mean, that is terrifying.
I don't know. I think, you know, it's really interesting. Like, this is a terrible pardon shot, but, I'm actually fascinated by circumcision here.
Oh my God. Okay.
Because it happens as a rite of passage. Like
It
my
is.
cousins
It's
were
totally a rite of
circumcised when they were,
passage.
like,
Yeah, it is.
just short of puberty, like
Yeah.
hitting adolescence.
I know,
like
not when you're a baby.
Yeah, like 9 to 11, you know?
Yeah.
And, I think it's actually beautiful. Bear with me, right? Just bear the foreskin. Because I didn't have a say as to my foreskin. Like, my parents, maybe they asked me, but I was a baby child, so I was like, milk, and they cut off my dick. They like took my dick, and they were like, boop, God, like just snip, and you know, I'm fine with it because I'm like everyone, many people are circumcised, and everyone here is, and whatever. Foreskin is foreskin. But if you're gonna cut off the tip of your kid's penis, you might as well give the ritual some meaning, right? Because it started as a ritual, and here at least there's this very clear delineation of like, before summertime, you're a child, and now you walk around with a giant shirt, but you're on your way to adulthood.
But what a cruel time to do it in summer. I mean, I know that they're off of school, but like it's hot. You want to be outside. You want to play with your friends.
I know, right?
You have to like sit inside for 2 months and like recover from your circumcision. I just really feel like that's really cruel. Like, at least let them do it during rainy season when nothing fucking happens. Right. You know? Like, let them do it when like they have to be indoors all day long and no one's outside playing. Like
those poor boys.
Those poor boys. Wait, I'm sorry. That was a really sad ending.
Pour one out.
Let's pour one out for the boys. What else do I have in there that's funny? Oh, I know we can end. That's funny. Is my other failed online dating that summarizes my experience. This is.
That's the best conversation I've ever seen.
It's the best conversation ever, and it's like literally we cannot communicate. That is from, I think that's from Tinder, where you like shake it and then it just gives you random people around the globe, and so
you like shake it.
You shake it, and then it just like loops around the world, and then it stops somewhere, and then it like puts you into a conversation with somebody random.
I just don't know.
I just feel you know how I feel about romance comedies, and that's the perfect start to my life. I
shook some metal, and I got a boyfriend. And you don't know, maybe that was like a Lao Tzu poem.
I mean,
maybe that was
is it any different?
Absolute poetry.
Is it any different than like, I don't know, rose quartz?
Yeah.
like is shaking a phone and like finding a random dude.
I wear like a fucking rock, and I'm just like, whatever. Love's gonna happen.
Love's gonna happen.
Both of us firmly believe that love is gonna happen.
With the young husbands, apparently.
With or without, with
or without the young
husbands. Be it the young husbands or not.
Or other young husbands.
Are on the way.
Young husbands are on the way. Thank you for sticking with us today. And we will see you back in the country. So we'll be on our regular time once a week. So join us next time for In Fairness. Bye.
The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.